Here's an angle grinder. It looks like this. It's inside a box. Okay, it is made by Makita. The model is DGA513Z. It is only the tool. That tool is not included. The 3 has a brake also. 511 does not have a brake, and Z means that the battery is not included, neither the charger. So it is only the tool. I bought it from Romania, but it has Hungarian text also. Sarok csiszoló accu és töltő nélkül. În română ar fi polizor unghiular. Okay, so let's analyze the box. You have to pull out these black portions. This is the MakPac version 4, the largest one. It also has a handle, and you can stack multiple such boxes on top, and you can carry them or store them that way. The battery is not included. Here we have a 6 amp hour 18 volt battery. So that has to be connected down here. DGA513Z here also. Just a code and nothing there. Okay, so pull out these 4 of them, and now you can lift the top. So it is grabbing these portions. It enters into those openings. It is moving up and down also. Friction on the side. Let's analyze the box. We have some cardboard. The tool itself, which looks like that. Paper. User manual in that many languages. We have English also for those models. 11 doesn't have a brake, 13 has a brake. How to mount the protection. Makita Europe, it's a Japanese company by the way, and it is made in Romania. Papers are always broken. So that's the protective head. This is plastic and metal. 125 millimeter is the diameter of the disc, or 5 inches. It has a quick release mechanism, and it has a screw also. Only this little portion is fixing it, locking it. It has a key for removing the disc using those two. More cardboard. There's a disc also. It's pretty thick, half a centimeter or more. Makita inox, that is stainless steel. Maximum 12,000 rotations per minute. 125 times 6 times 22.23 millimeter. It has this insertion for this tool. That is plastic. And nothing more in the box. It's somewhat flexible. It has a hinge there. Plastic. That portion is moving. Here you can interlock it with the next one. If you have multiple such boxes. It has 4 legs. A nice handle. It's plastic. It's not rubberized. Okay, let's analyze the tool. So here's the tool. It looks like this. It has a handle. That handle can be repositioned there. This portion will rotate. Brushless tools are skipping this way. They are stopping. That's because the permanent magnet inside. Okay. Here you have to attach the battery. Let's insert the battery. You have to buy these separately. Don't put it down because that portion will rotate. This is the starting button. You have to push it up and then you have to push it in a little bit also. Let's remove the battery. So push it up, but it might remain there or it might jump back. So if you just push it that way, it comes back. So you have to push it up and you have to push in the top portion also. And by pressing down the lower portion, you can power it off. Now it's off. Now it's on. So push it up and a little bit in. By the way, the speed of this is variable. You can rotate that one. Now it's on the 5th speed. 4, 3, 2 and 1. It has a battery power meter, but on the battery itself we have 4 LEDs. This has only 3. If you press that button, it is showing that 100% is full. 25, 50, 75 and 100. DGA513 is mentioned here. 2025 6th month, probably that's the manufacturing date. It has 2 large connector, a 3rd smaller one, a 4th even smaller one. And the battery also has multiple. It has those 2 large ones. It has a small one. Small one is for this. These yellow ones don't have any connection on the tool itself. Those are for charging the internal individual cells of the battery pack, because you have more cells inside this package. Here we have a chart. So at the first speed you would have 3000 rotations per minute, and at the last one, the 5th, you should have 8500 rotations per minute when rotating this one. So 3000 to 8000. This is not a button, you cannot press anything here. Here it has the air intake, you can see through. It has a brake, it has a brushless motor, that's why it is skipping that way. That is for locking that part. You have to push in, it's a button. Now it's not fully pressed in, but if I rotate it, now it went in even more. And thus I can remove this portion. And for that is this tool. Insert those 2 elements into one of those holes. And since this one is blocking it, now you can rotate it to the left to loosen it. It has 2 discs. This outer one with that small circle inside. This has a thread, by the way, with that one. This does not have a thread, it has a longitudinal cut in it so that it will grab into these. That portion is not coming off. So let's put this back. It entered. Let's put that back. To the right, you can tighten it. And it is rotating unless you push that button in. It is tightening in a strange way. I barely tightened it and it's locked. I need a tool once again. Just that much and I cannot remove it. Okay, this can be rotated and you can remove it. There is a thread. Here there is also a thread and there is a screw down there. It's plastic, plus the black one is rubber. So you can place it here or you can place it there. There is nothing there, so only in 2 locations. Let's remove it for now. Let's insert the battery and push that button already. That was on the maximum speed, down to 1. Don't touch it. So there is no trigger, only this on-off switch and that speed control. It is showing 3 lines, that is showing 4 lines. This is on, that turns off after a while. Now this turned off with a delay and it's not turned on. Now let's analyze this one. So it has a metal portion inside, that shiny one, and plastic on the outside. It has this shiny metal and there is a down pointing arrow. You can push it down and you can lock it, and it is unlocking that portion. And when it's unlocked, you can remove it. So push it to the right and push it in. And then this down. First insert this end, then push this in. And it's locked. Can I insert it here? Not really, the dimensions are not okay. So first let's remove those 2 discs. Push in this button. This has these little elements. They are outside. Lift up this portion. And it entered. So we have 2 there and 1 cut here. So a small one, a medium size and a larger one. Small, medium and a large. Align those and it goes behind here. And then it rotates. Here it's in contact. Now you can still rotate it that much. You can cut with that portion down, or you can cut with this portion down. Let's leave it that way. And what happens if I start it? Will it lock it or not? Yes, it locks it. And I cannot remove it either. That's an interesting locking mechanism. By the way, it's touching it here. This portion stays out. This is in. So this is grabbing it. That enters there. And the other one is grabbing it from the other side. That also enters. This grabs from behind using that one. Now it's not tightened. That's not a good idea, but let's try it. And it's locked. The disc was already in its correct position, but if it was not in a correct position, somewhere sideways, then it might not lock itself correctly. Brushless. By the way, it is rotating in one direction, that way. With the disc on the left side, it is rotating down. You can manually rotate it left and right, but the tool itself will rotate only in one direction. So it stops in that short amount of time. It is changing its speed, so it starts at a higher speed and then slows down a little bit. Don't forget to push it up and in. So it doesn't stop too quickly, but it is stopping. Can I put it down this way? It's not in contact, but if you rotate it, then it is in contact. Put that in.